last prophet. The city was a place of gray and hurry. People moved like a single, rushing river, their eyes fixed on the ground or on the tiny glowing screens in their hands. They were always looking for the next thing, but never at the thing that was right there. But in the heart of the city lived Alara. She was known as the last prophet, though no one believed in prophets anymore. While everyone else looked down, Alara looked up. She saw the way the light hit the glass buildings and the clouds that looked like sleeping dragons. The people of the city, tired of their hurried lives, came to her. "What is your prophecy, last prophet?" they asked. "Is it of a great change? A new age? A terrible storm?" They wanted a grand story, a big answer to their small, empty lives. Alara did not speak. She simply raised her hand and pointed. The crowd followed her finger, their eyes squinting in the bright sun. They looked far into the distance, expecting to see a sign in the sky or a shimmering portal. But there was nothing. No great sign. No shimmering portal. Her finger pointed to a small, ordinary patch of ground. There was only a thin crack in the gray pavement, a tiny scar in the endless concrete. An old man named Silas, whose face was as wrinkled as a dried leaf, pushed to the front. "We came for a prophecy, not an empty gesture," he said, his voice a low rumble. "Tell us what you see, last prophet." Alara's voice was as soft as a whisper, but it carried over the disappointed murmurs of the crowd. "The prophecy is not in the future," she said. "It is here. Look closely." She pointed again, her finger just inches from the crack. Silas sighed, but his curiosity won out. He knelt beside her, his old knees creaking, and peered into the tiny fissure. The crowd, now completely silent, watched them, ready to turn and leave. And then Silas saw it. Tucked deep within the crack, a tiny speck of vibrant blue. It was a flower, no bigger than his thumbnail, with perfect, delicate petals. He gasped, a sound of pure wonder. The crowd, seeing the look on Silas's face, began to kneel too. One by one, they peered into the crack. A collective gasp rose from them as they saw the small, beautiful miracle. It was a sight they had all walked past 1,000 times, but never truly seen. Alara stood and smiled. Her prophecy was not about a great future, but about the great beauty that was already here, waiting to be seen. It was a prophecy of the present, a reminder that the most wonderful things are often the smallest. And from that day on, the city was still a place of gray and hurry. But now, every so often, someone would stop. They would look down, and they would see a tiny flower, a bright green shoot, or a perfect little stone, and they would remember the prophecy of the last prophet.